There seems to be some confusion about the UDC, what's allowed, what's not. So let's talk about zoning.
Fire! Oh, fire! Oh my goodness! What's the procedure? What do we do, people?
The phones are dead.
Oh, how did that happen?
It's out in the hall.
No, we don't know that. The smoke could be coming through an air duct.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
What's the procedure, people? There's a lot of misinformation going around on social media. In this video, I want to address two things. Firstly, there's an accusation that the city has not been adhering to the UDC, that's the Unified Development Code. I'll explain why that's not accurate. Secondly, someone said that the Walmart coming into town is not a done deal. We'll talk about that as well. Let's start with the UDC. What is it? The Unified Development Code houses all the regulations related to land use and development in one organized location. It's crafted in alignment with the comprehensive plan, which serves really as the guide, while the UDC is the legal framework. Instead of just talking about the UDC, I'm going to show you how to find it online, and let's actually look at the code. So if you go to the website, type in UDC at the very top in the search bar, and then click on that first result that pops up, and go to the very bottom where it says the adopted Unified Development Code can be found here. You can click on that, and that will take you to a PDF version of the UDC. Now at the very top, you'll see it's the table of contents. And if you go down to page 4, it's beautiful because it tells you how to use the code. And if you look under the third headline, it says if you want to change your zoning, that gives you the outline of what you need to do to change your zoning. Now let's actually go to page 20 where it talks about zoning amendments. This is section 52-211. So over here, you'll see that the UDC explicitly lays out the framework for making amendments to whatever zoning you have. It doesn't really matter what the zoning is. It can be amended by following the procedure outlined in the UDC. So asking for a variance or an amendment is not going against the UDC. That's part of the process. Right after this, it goes into Article 3, which covers zoning districts. So on page 23, you'll see section 52-303 talks about the establishment of zoning districts and boundaries. If you look at the very last one on this page, it's the district PD, which is the planned development. So if you look at the description of the planned development, it says flexibility in planning, development, and design through the combination of uses to support contextual challenges and allow for unique design not contemplated in the existing code. So what it's saying is that the purpose of a planned development zoning is to accommodate different uses, which could include mixed residential, commercial, industrial, and other uses working together as a cohesive unit in this development. Every situation is different, and it calls for unique developer agreements and zoning regulations. And that is why we have a planned development zoning district within the UDC. Now if you go to page 36, it goes into a lot more detail about the planned development district. This is section 52-316. Now if you scroll down to page 37 and go to the paragraph E1, it lays out the procedure for establishing standards. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it basically says the City Council shall, after receiving the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission, establish the standards. So just to be clear, this is the point of a planned development, and that is to provide unique solutions for unique situations. So let's just say, for example, someone wants to build 100 zero-lot line homes within a certain development. Now you may object to that and say you don't want that because you're worried about the traffic. Now that's a valid argument, and the P&Z Commission and the City Council can take that into consideration when they make their decision. However, what you cannot do is argue that a certain planned development needs to be denied because it goes against the UDC, because that's just not true.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
All right, let's talk about Walmart. A comment was made that this was not really a done deal and that it has to go through the P&Z Commission and City Council. But that's not really accurate. So if you take a look at that property, it's already zoned planned development regional commercial. So what that means is a grocery store is a permitted use by right in that zoning district. Now, if Walmart wants a variance from the standards set out in the UDC, then sure, they'll have to go through the P&Z Commission and the Council, which is the procedure set out in the UDC. So as it stands, Walmart can actually proceed with the development through the standard administrative review process. Hope this helps. If you have any other questions, reach out to me, or better yet, reach out to the city and they can answer any questions you have. Thanks for watching.